And we'll talk about what some of these constraints are. So number one, we'll go into these in more detail in a minute, but certainly energy constraints, sustainability is a big issue. In addition to that, some will say there's a scarcity of supply of land, power, and permitting. The reality of it is there's really not a scarcity of land. It's more entitlement issues. We're going to continue to have large-scale central data centers. That's been a big phenomenon over the last few years, data centers that are 1 million square feet plus. We're also moving towards a trend of having smaller data centers sort of at the edge of the towns and cities, where they're needed. And then, there's certainly been advances in construction in terms of trying to bring these to market quicker, more modular designs, also more automated centers that are self-sufficient with advances in technology and AI. And then lastly, right now we've got a workforce gap really in terms of maintaining and managing these data centers day to day. It's estimated that right now we need about 2.3 million full-time folks operating these centers, and we've got a shortfall of about 300,000 people. So there's an effort to retrain people and also just offer new degrees in this area and try to bring more people into the workforce. So getting back to the power constraints, obviously this is a big concern. Our office is located in southern Frederick County, just outside of Washington, D.C. And as much as we'd like to see more data centers, in Frederick County, we certainly would like to see more data centers. But now, we'll in the middle of summer, we'll experience some brownouts without the added demands to the system. So there definitely has to be upgrades with the power systems throughout the country. And what we're seeing is on the sort of more aggressive side in terms of bringing new power supplies to the system. Some examples in Pennsylvania at 3 Mile Island. Some of you may know that recently Microsoft entered into a 20-year power purchase agreement, our local Maryland energy provider, and that was, the power plant was upgraded by $1.6 billion to make that happen. And that's where the power plant had set idle for basically 25 years since 1999, but more recently it's undergone the $1.6 renovation. I'm going to stop there for a minute. I want to hit on some other items, but Brian, having been the former executive director of Frederick County many years ago and been involved in trying to bring many different types of business to Frederick County, biotech and other. What are your thoughts right now in terms of the region, Frederick County included, in terms of ability to bring more data centers online and some of the constraints?
Sure. It's interesting that both sides of the aisle, you'll find people who are pro data center, and then you find the exact opposite, those that don't want data centers. And it's usually because of the power grid situation. Those individuals aren't in favor of data centers. Once we can figure that system out, that item, that infrastructure, I think, data centers will have a clear path to success here in Maryland. They've provided, as Chad said, a large number of high-paying jobs, the construction jobs alone, then the operational jobs. They provide tax revenues that most cities and towns, counties are never going to see, have never seen before. So you have to be able to, I guess, bring everybody to the table and figure out the power grid system. Past that, I think it's going to be a raging success.
Charles, any thoughts? Power constraint.
Has there been any discussion in that area of increasing nuclear power? I mean, that's not anything that happened quickly, but it seems that over 6, 7, 10 years, that might be a solution.
At different conferences, sorry, Chad.
Okay.
At different conferences, the micro-nuclear facilities have been discussed, although placing them hasn't been specific yet. In Maryland, in Pennsylvania, yes, there are some conversations about specific locations, and I believe has been recently.
Email me an address and I'll reply with the operating expenses. Chad@tylerco.com.